execution is right, because I spend the least amount of time on the ATAS platform, right? I spend most of my time on TradingView because I need to get my positioning right, I need to get my levels right, I need to understand where we are in terms of premium and discount, all these different things. But realistically, now that we're inside of a key level, we wait. Now, typically, I don't like trading the first 5. In fact, I never trade the first 5 minutes. My best trades come after the first 15 minutes. So between 9:30 and 9:45 is where I look for sort of some people call it the opening range breakout, some people call it, or whatever you want to call it. I look for the first 15 minutes because I think the first 15 minutes, excuse me, I'm yawning, at a late night last night. I think the first 15 minutes are going to set the tone. So again, I want you to think in frameworks, right? If you've been watching my videos, you will understand that I think in frameworks. And so the framework that I use typically is this one, right? If there's one thing you want to understand here, it is basically this: the premium footprint execution process. Now, once you have the premium footprint execution process, what you are looking for is positioning. But we've already done positioning. So now we're going to move on to price. So we want to be able to read price. Now, reading price is very simple, and it only takes these 4 things, right? So you want to have a real-time read of the market. That's why I call it the real-time reading blueprint. And the word read is the bid and ask. You want to read the bid and ask, evaluate the delta, assess aggression, and detect zeros, right? That's the only thing you have to do. So let's go to our trusted tool over here. So this is our ATAS level. So ATAS level we have at 68.28 and then 68.36. Right. So here we go. Now, the truth is you should be reading the footprint charts if you're looking to execute, right? There's no 2 ways about it. I'm sick of people coming to me with excuses saying, "Oh, I don't need the footprint." You do need it if you want to execute, right? Let's zoom into this price action, right? Let's actually zoom into this, right? So a real-time execution will look something like this, right? So what I'm doing, or what I want to see, is this is what I'm looking for. So this is 9:30, right? Or 2:30 in the UK, or 9:30 Eastern. I'm going to talk in Eastern time because, this is the American stock market. So this is 9:30, 9:31, 2, 3, 4, and now this is 9:35. So first 5 minutes, I'm not looking to trade it. I'm genuinely looking to see this. So the way I interpret this is, okay, we've had a break above the level. It's a bit wicky. I mean, I don't like to look at wicks and bodies. I don't think candles are actually that important. I'm breaking. This is like the real time. So by the way, just a couple of things. This is how I'm thinking out loud, both from my own perspective, but also a student perspective as well. From my own perspective, I'm trying to create frameworks of how I think so you guys can kind of understand how I think. But the truth is now, you see this order flow here? It's super necessary. But the thing is, this is only going to help you if you have the right key level. So one of the biggest mistakes I've seen, and one of the biggest problems I observe, is that people think ATAS is just a platform. You can use ATAS, Sierra Charts, Motive Wave. You can even use there's even like Go Charting or whatever. Like, you can use all these different platforms. The problem I see is that traders think order flow is going to help them with their execution. Now, that is true and that is false. Let me tell you why it is true. The reason it is true is because if you want to buy and sell, you need to know where the buy and sell orders actually are, and you need this for confirmation. Right, that's what we call the proof over here, right? So let's just break this one down. This is what we call the market proof, right? So once you have good positioning, you need to have a good read of price, and you need market proof. So one of the biggest words that are thrown around is confirmation, right? How do I get confirmation for my trades? More importantly, how do I go long? Like, what gives me the confirmation to enter on that candle, off that level, off that time, right? Confirmation in the markets simply comes down to market proof. Right, and what I mean by market proof is this. I use the trap framework. So when you get to a certain price, which is your key level, you then want to focus on who is trapped. So you're looking for, so what does trap stand for? Trap, the short way of thinking about trap, and I talk about the trap framework a lot when it comes to executions, is trapped reactions at price. So let's actually break down what that means. So here we have the first sort of so we've gone through the first 5 minutes. So we have 9:30, 9:31, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm cautious to trade the first 5 minutes, right? I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I need more, right? I'm going to go to TradingView and explain what I mean by I need more. So we're at the key level. That's kind of step one, if you like. Now, a couple of things to break down here is this. So I use the weekly opening price. I use the weekly opening price a lot in my trading. So this is the weekly opening price here. Notice how we have the Asian low here. So there's actually reason for lower prices. So I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, okay, we could, and we're also, the daily opening price is somewhere around here. Let's just say 5, yeah. The daily opening price is around here. We have the London low, Asia low, weekly opening price. There is reason for lower prices. However, I need to see confirmation. I'm not just going to short blindly. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see traders make. They will go into the session with a daily bias. Explain that to me. How can you go in with a bias, one, before the session begins, two, with no idea how to read what the market wants to do? There is no way on earth that you can go in with a daily bias and try and make it work. Ever. I don't care what anyone says, right? A daily bias is great, but when you're executing, you cannot execute based off your daily bias. Ever. Ever. And if that upsets you, then maybe just click off this video and never click on one of my videos again. Sorry, I got emotional there. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's simple, really. I don't understand people. Anyway, sorry. Back to the premium footprint execution process. So we've got positioning. We're now reading price. Let's go through the P's one at a time. So price will look something like this. So bid and ask, delta, aggression, zeros. This is all you need, right? Forget your daily bias. The market doesn't care about your daily bias, your lines, your read on Forex fact doesn't care. Let's actually read what the market's doing. And the way we do that is by this. So over here, you can't see anything, right? This here doesn't show you anything. But we are going to break down what this kind of means fundamentally. So we're sort of 9:40. I don't really like to trade the first 15 minutes. So I'm happy to sit here for the next 5 minutes. In fact, what I'm going to do, just to prove that, is I'm going to go to the toilet. I'm going to keep the recording on. I'm going to go to the toilet. Okay, I'm back from the toilet. I want to stop talking because I actually went to get water too because my throat's gone dry. But here we are, we're waiting. And this is the reality of trading, right? So, yep,